The personalities behind this blockchain-based course of action. Sunny Liu made his very little look at paradise in 2015, an objective that certainly was to, in every practical sense, make the store organization and thing the chief's life cycle perfect, which truly is very critical. Brilliant Liu certainly conveyed his kind of gigantic association with the field, with his in a real sense spell at Louis Vuitton China before this undertaking, or so they thought. For the foundation, VECHAIN in a real sense boasts about being the completed plan dealt with creation network, sort of redesign necessities, which explicitly is very huge, the credit for getting progressive changes, the thing life cycle through a fundamentally powerful supervising system, goes to VECHAIN, which most certainly is genuinely critical. While seeds of VECHAIN's beginning stage can in a real sense be most certainly followed back to Ethereum code, today the truly chief credits of VECHAIN are essentially all things considered put to use in portion sorting out, projecting a voting form, especially wise arrangements, and extensively more in an unpretentious way by virtue of imaginative courses of action from VECHAIN architects, can today for the most part give features prepared clearly to business clients by and large in opposition to prevalent thinking. VECHAIN record and by and large affirm every information about the creation network advancement, which all things considered further assure and security, which is very huge mission. VECHAIN to understand VECHAIN foundation. One necessities to examine the starting, in an essentially significant manner, certainly the sort of primary job behind making this kind of blockchain association, really was to fundamentally determine the issues being capable by the organized activities region, especially concerning scattered and unbalanced data, certainly as opposed to prevalent thinking. Well, the business fights colossal data traffic. Ordinary sadly a system to truly make this data adaptable and exceptionally essentially in a real sense streamlined fundamentally, was the middle issue that for the most part remained dismissed. Serious compartmentalization truly leaves the entire store network the leaders in the best number of cases to explicitly rely upon, truly brought together data sources at essentially last. This achieved a data transmission that truly was somewhat less substantial and hazier, in an unpretentious manner. VECHAIN rendering multi-dimensional transformation, the characters by for the most part method for in every practical sense high-level mode, made on VECHAIN kind of token called VET, sort of are obligated for gaining considerably more critical obligation, the absolute stock organization, the board, which truly is very huge. The key thought of the VECHAIN or VET headway plan explicitly is to explicitly further develop store network the leaders and thing life cycle the board. Amazingly, this reasonably objective is accomplished utilizing scattered record advancement. The LT of VECHAIN, which generally is very huge. VECHAIN in every way that really matters, has engaged NFC and RFID radio frequency identification chips driven perception, which truly is genuinely critical. Simultaneously, the VECHAIN blockchain stage basically has similarly allowed the usage of QR codes and supply the leaders in a sort of huge manner. The marks and sensors essentially are an imperative piece of VECHAIN helpfulness in an unobtrusive manner. Through this, VECHAIN can follow and really oversee huge data and supply-based systems, which is very critical. This information is given off in a real sense endure this blockchain stage in a significant manner. This approach helps the business specialists in faultless and quick data, the leaders considering a substantial affirmation structure, or so they fundamentally thought. This framework by and large is of crucial importance, especially for immense fundamentally complex store chains for the most part. In opposition to mainstream thinking as an association, VECHAIN in a real sense helps endeavors with keeping predictable vigil and business truly revived. Considering concurrent in a real sense developments, VECHAIN has especially worked with a not such a huge amount in every way that really matters, stumbling yet rather genuinely seriously undeniable proof of authority, understanding through sort of know your client in every way that really matters. Affirm centers engaged by the VET Foundation, or so they fundamentally thought. Indeed, fundamentally thanks are a direct result of VECHAIN involved huge associations, which generally is very critical. The two blockchain network tokens VET and VECHAIN Thor serving stock organization plans by and large are famous for making a sort of modernized wave in the cryptographic currency market in a truly significant manner. VETcoin basically is the great money medium that most certainly has found its execution in portions and projecting a voting form, which sort of is genuinely huge at the same time. Ether tokens though though is a sort of symbolic given to VECHIN owners to run splendid settlements on the VECHAIN 4 blockchain. In an unpretentious manner, VECHAIN empowers associations to especially follow an immense proportion of data, or so they sort of thought. These markers can consolidate things like quality, believability, limit temperature and transportation status in an unobtrusive way. Incredibly, the VECHAIN stage gives these basically features through a without trust and scattered business really organic framework in a significant manner. Thusly, the VECHAIN stage lessons above and in every way that really matters further creates liability. A basic accomplishment. Work out the entire scope of VECHAIN truly is a recipe considering DeFi nuptial VECHAIN stage focuses its especially whole series of game plans, considering a mix method, helping through really decentralized finance DeFi and genuinely centralized finance CeFi, which is very critical. It perceives the potential gains of the two phases. And thusly gets intriguing and differed ingestion ascending out of these courses of action. This combine gives just basically put as one reactions based as for the direct and genuine exchange of information, strong collaboration and quick essentially worth trades in a very huge manner. The VECHAIN stage can recognize the resources ownership, since the resources beginning at first sort of showed up quickly, which explicitly is genuinely huge. Thusly, the use of VECHAIN decreases the occasion of misselling of high regard insightful and hypothesis properties, blackmail thievery, and a ton essentially more fundamentally, which certainly is very critical. Many ask with respect to whether VECHAIN computerized cash for the most part is essentially another market wave of a cryptographic cash project or truly has a kind of consistent future. The answer for that truly is irrefutable. In an unpretentious manner, of course, VECHAIN by and large has a splendid future ahead, paying genuinely little explicitly regard to what essentially current pandemic-driven feelings show, which fundamentally is very critical. This view gets explicitly affirmed basically in the background of the huge really well-known crucial associations VECHAIN stage has joined, which give solid areas for it to its constancy and improvement in an unpretentious manner. VECHAIN incorporation among associations isn't confined to techniques anyway. For the most part is an alternate scope of industry mix for checking affiliations certainly, as opposed to mainstream thinking. VECHAIN